What's going on, guys? It's Gendo here. Hope you're having a good day, and welcome back to another edition of the Great Chicago Fire. If you are still enjoying the series, do go and drop it a like. Now, today we got on the cards a rivalry match and a newbie match, FC Dallas and Minnesota United. But of course, before we get to that, we got to take a look and see how we've been faring in the league thus far. Now, since our last double live com against NYCFC and Toronto, we have gone undefeated, scoring 4 wins and 2 draws, but none of those have gone without controversy and struggle. In the very next match versus Montreal, it took a red card from Montreal, sending them down to 10 men late, for us to finally break through and score the only goal of the match, Arturo Alvarez, in the 90th minute. Following that, Orlando City, 2 own goals after we scored early. Dimitar Berbatov in the 8th minute, and then own goals on either side, as neither team could really strike on net since that time. Again, another 2-1 victory, this time away at Portland, and another own goal sealing the victory in this match. Pentagon getting the goal for our side, but then early on, it was an own goal that actually put us in the lead. Following that, a 1-1 draw versus Atlanta, and to be quite honest with you, Atlanta have not shown that they are a solid team. They're very much a team in flux coming into the MLS, so coming away with a draw and struggling to a draw is really a disappointment. Following that, though, we did score a very solid 3-0 victory against Philadelphia Union, but 2 of those goals came after Philadelphia were dropped down to 9 men, as they had 2 red cards in the first half. In the return match versus Montreal Impact, we came away only with a 1-0 draw here and struggled to get that draw as well. Piatti scoring early in the 59th minute. We really had a lot of chances but couldn't put them on net until the 82nd minute, with Arturo Alvarez scoring to level the match and getting us at least a point. So with those 14 points, that actually keeps us in second place in both the conference and the Supporters' Shield tables. We're 4 points behind New York Red Bulls with a match in hand, so we could feasibly be up to 1 point behind them after being all square. We're 5 points ahead of Portland in the Supporters' Shield table, 8 points ahead of Toronto in the conference table, and I feel like if we keep winning, of course, we could see ourselves widening the gap between second and third, and that's really what I need right now. Just stay in the top 2, at least in the conference. And just after this last Montreal match I went over, we had the draw for the US Open Cup, and we have drawn against Minnesota United away. So once again, not just a newbie match today, but a newbie match in the US Open Cup. Feel like we could do it, and I feel like we could do it again today. But first and foremost, rivalry match. FC Dallas, Chicago, Brimstone Cup. We beat them the last time we saw them. Let's see if we can beat them again today. And we're going to be actually missing a couple of our players. Hennig Hauger is out with an injury. Pedro Ferreira is out at the Under-20s World Cup with Portugal. So our 2 main defensive mid are not going to be available to us. So Matt Polster is going to be in that spot. The rest of the roster is as follows: Johnson, Ramos, Kaphoff, Opara, Vincent, Mix, Kokish, Alvarez, Akam, and Delu. And the reason why Alvarez is playing is because Kevin Molino is recovering from his injury and is not fully fit yet. So this is the lineup. We should get ourselves at least a draw versus Dallas, but anything can happen in football, so let's go kick off and see what happens. And I mean, we need to come away with at least a draw if we want to stay near the top of the table, as I just said. It would make it all the more sweeter if we did versus Dallas. Oh, I would also make a couple of people I know very mad. 12 minutes on now, ball in our possession in the attacking half. What can we do with it here? Alvarez trying to cut inside, gets it into Kokish. Out to Akam to Delu. I love this passing, this back and forth passing, but now we need to move it forward and not just laterally. Kokish through to Delu, gets past the goalkeeper, and Michael Delu, the Dutch Lion, giving us the lead early. 1-0 to the Fire after 13 minutes. And as I was just saying a couple of seconds ago, I love the passing that was going back and forth between the players, and we finally get ourselves a little bit of a gap, slipping it through. Delu can't miss from there. FC Dallas seem to have woken up. Here they come now. Barrios slipping it through to Castillo. What a save from Johnson. Ramos clearing it out for a corner, but woo, they are coming forward. FC Dallas still showing their attacking prowess, and Johnson tipping it over the bar for another corner. Barrios coming up the wing, 2 minutes from time. What another save from Johnson. He is working overtime in between the sticks today as Kellen Acosta hits a shot wide. It could have easily been a tie ball game there. Mix out to Ramos. He can put in a decent cross. We find some white shirts. Oh, it goes to the far post. Akam hits it just outside. Both teams are getting a tremendous amount of shots. I don't really want to change anything up right now. There is still room for improvement defensively, but other than that, we're holding a nice lead. I say nice, it's only 1-0. It's very slim. I guess any lead is nice at this point. Trying to get up to Akam. Akam has not had the best of days. Takes a shot and sights the Dallas goalkeeper, just turning it around the post. Thought it would have snuck in for a second fire goal, but instead it goes out for a corner that nothing really leads to it. Off that corner kick, they're bringing it back inside. Oh my God, Kappelhoff getting in front of the ball. Thought he would have put it into his own net. Out to Ramos, inside to Alvarez, taking a shot. Not that good. Had a little mini stroke there. Not that good of a shot, I meant to say. Still not a lot of time left. Not a lot of time for chances. 4 minutes and stoppage time left to go. And here we come on a counter. Soloniak bringing it up to... What a shitty pass that was. Oh, and I can't go without an injury. Jesus. Arturo Alvarez has picked up an injury, and, well, there really isn't anything I could do at this point. I could throw both strikers up top, but really, I need to finish this out with 10 men, which in fact we will. It looks like it. We're about 3 minutes into 2 minutes of stoppage time, so all we need to do is just throw the ball long. And there it is, full time. Chicago 1, Dallas 0. Another hard-fought match. Last year was just as tight. This year... edge of your seat watching. A lot of shots going back and forth, but we do come away the victors here. We need to figure out how long Arturo Alvarez is out injured, because Molino and Akam, only my 2 wingers, I can't go for them for just too long. 5 to 6 weeks with damaged knee cartilage. Great. I got to deal with 2 wingers for 5 to 6 weeks. I'm not going to put them on the injury list because I feel disabled lists and whatnot are a complete waste of time in the MLS. That just means you throw them on a list that's unplayable for 6 weeks at the very least, or season-ending injury list. It's also known as the injured reserve in other sports. So I'm not going to put them on any of these lists because I don't want to re-register them because I know I forget. I will forget if I have to try and re-register them, so I'm going to leave them alone. Side note, if you do put a player on the disabled list, you are still paying his contract. So even if you put him on an injured reserve, say he tears his Achilles or tears his ACL and he's out for the season, you still have to pay his contract. Even if you bring in replacements, you still have to pay his contract. And the board think that I'm doing a damn fine job over these last 2 years, that they want to extend my contract. Of course, I think that would be a fantastic idea. A new contract should be coming down the pipe really soon now. And nothing's really changed as far as the philosophies are concerned. Reached conference semifinals. The transfer budget is $4.7 million and the wage budget is $24.3 million, which means I still could feasibly bring in Bastian Schweinsteiger if he wasn't being a swine on the other side and not wanting to come to Chicago. But that's neither here nor there. Let's accept the current vision and let's get ourselves a new contract. 550? Yeah, we could do that. For the next 3 years, I will be Chicago Fire manager. And I mean, why not? With how well I've been doing at the Fire compared to managers past, why not give me a contract extension? All right, second match at home versus Minnesota, and a little bit of a lineup change because Henrik Hauger and Pedro Ferreira are back. So we're going to have it as follows. Johnson in net, Ramos, Mera, Kappelhoff, Vincent along the back line. Pedro Ferreira is back in the defensive mid spot. Hauger and Diskeru, the 2 center mids. Molino and Akam, the wingers. And Michael Deleu, of course, sitting up front. 7 goals in 13 matches. I know I still have Dimitar Berbatov on the bench. He is still available at sub, so he may come on in this match. And I'm actually expecting him to come on in this match. All remains to be seen, though. Let's kick off and see what happens. I mean, he's losing a lot of his physical skills, a lot of his pace, too. So he may not be as effective, but at least I got 1 good year out of him. Corner kick coming in early, and Minnesota United, 3 minutes on, are looking very deadly. Spies getting that cross in. They're still coming forward. I mean, what is going on, guys? Oh my God, Jesus. Well, this is, I guess, what it looks like when I underestimate them. Hopefully they aren't this bad when I face them off in the U.S. Open Cup. Well, there's still 87 minutes left to go in the game. If we just play it up the wing, to Ramos, several red shirts in the box crossed into, to Deleu, into the near post, and there we go. Equalizer just 3 minutes later. This is going to be a nice little back and forth match now, isn't it? Maybe high scoring, who knows? But it's 1-1 after 6 minutes. Great crossing, great passing from the Fire to get it onto the head of Deleu. The Dutch Lion rises highest and levels the match. Let's go, boys. Let's go. Either everyone's playing super ass offensive or defense is just optional today. Akam, though, being super offensive, getting goal, man, using his pace, crossing it into Deleu, who gets his brace. We haven't even hit 10 minutes yet, and 3 goals have scored. I mean, Akam taking the ball around 2 defenders, crossing it past a third. Deleu, once again, sitting in the top of the 6-yard box. He can't miss from there, and the Fire have taken the lead. 3 minutes on now, Minnesota getting themselves a... Oh, God, Spears taking a shot, saved by Johnson, but it goes out for a corner kick. I mean, these attacks are coming in thick and fast on both sides. Once again, Minnesota United coming through, and is he offside, ref? Ref's not calling him offside. Ooh, not really feeling that goal. Spears... Ooh, he did stay onside. Majority of his body was onside, and Minnesota have knotted it up themselves now. It's 2-2, and it's looking like it's going to be 2-2 going into the half. This, like I said, this match has been coming in pretty wild, thick and fast on the offensive. No defense, really, and that's what we need to do. We need to start clamping down and not letting Minnesota get any more opportunities. Minnesota looking very comfortable with the ball at their feet. A nice long shot, but Sean Johnson there with the save. Commas offside. You know what? I'm going to do that. I am going complete what the f mode. Burba on. Tracor. Attacking forward. Tracor. And attacking. Hit the early crosses. More direct passing. Get rid of that. I now have my 3 strikers in the match, putting everybody up front. Berbatov, Deleuze, Solonyak, the tri-headed attack. Let's see if we can get ourselves a goal here. Deleuze out to Solonyak, who's, oh, nice little pass. Hogger to Berbatov, back to Hogger. This is some great passing, some great movement. Vincent crosses it to Deleuze. The Dutch Lion gets himself his hat trick. It's 3-2 to the Fire. Ref, don't say he's offside. Deleuze gets his 10th goal of the season, and we got ourselves the lead late. 9 minutes to go in this match, and the 3-headed attack, the 3-pronged attack, is proven to be effective today. Deleuze, nice, rises highest. I think all 3 of his goals have been from headers. Solonyak slipping it through. Mix. We are really pushing forward here. Ramos flipping the pitch to Solonyak. 2 goals in 2 minutes, and the Fire have broken this match open. It's 4-2 now. Louis Solonyak, after his injury, he really has started to come on good, and very good, I should say. Rodrigo Ramos half volleys across to Solonyak on his own volley into the back of the net. And like I said, the Fire broken this match open. Some wonderful play all around as soon as I brought the other 2 strikers on in Solonyak and Berbatov. The 3-headed monster has proven to be extremely deadly, but I'm not sure I want to use this formation going forward. Even though Solonyak just picked up his brace coming in as a sub, it's 5-2 to the Fire. Like I said, I like this formation, but only as a desperation formation. I still want to use the wingers. I still want to utilize that wing play and not, have all the strikers come up front. Like I said, that's just if I need to score a goal now and I really want to get a win. Just to show you what my tactic is right now, it's basically, taking the wingers and putting them up into the strike position and, subbing out all my strikers so that all 3 of them can be up there. Michael Deleuze would be the advanced forward, and the other 2 would be trequartistas, which is the natural position that I have my current single high striker in the V formation. So, yeah, it's proven to be extremely effective, but only as a last-ditch effort. I don't want to go to that formation unless I absolutely need to get a goal and need to get a win. On this day, we were tied 2-2, and we got 3 goals after switching to that formation, which proves that it's a really damn fine formation, but I don't want to rely on it too much because it leaves the wide play very vulnerable. But other than that, a 5-2 victory versus Minnesota, and that's going to absolutely push us up into first place. We are now 1 point clear of the Red Bulls in the conference, and most certainly in the Supporter Shield as well. We're top of the table once again, halfway through the season. Let's take a look and see when we'll be coming back for the next episode. 3 goals scored in the last 10 minutes. That is insane. Minnesota was just too tired at that point, I'm sure. So this is what the second half of our MLS season looks like, and of course we have that US Open Cup match staring us in the face. 4th round versus Minnesota United. If we beat them, then the 5th round match will take place in between the Atlanta United and Philadelphia matches. As you can see, there's a 2-week gap in those dates, so it's going to slot right in there very nicely. I'm pretty sure that's where it's going to go. But that's all if we defeat Minnesota United. They'll probably take a look at this match and say, we need to get revenge for them. But I feel like, and there's a couple other good matches in here, San Jose, Toronto, those would be some good matches leading up to it. I feel like we should come back for that 5th round match if we get into the 5th round of the US Open Cup. and then we'll take on Philadelphia. But if not, then it'll be Philadelphia and New England as our next live comm. So until that time, guys, I'd like to thank you all very much for watching. Of course, if you liked what you saw, please drop it a like. It lets me know that you're still interested in the series. And of course, you're new to the series and the channel in general, please go and hit that subscribe button. Any comments, suggestions, questions, anything else at all, please in the comment box below. But as always, guys, this is Gendo, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, and peace out.